Hello, Umut here. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to work on another art journal, and here is my Jane Davenport book that I am using currently. A lot of people ask me if I like it. I like it. It has watercolor paper, so it's very resistant to water mediums and a lot of water. But it's a little bit bigger than Moleskine in size, so probably I prefer Moleskine size a bit more than this. And it has some texture because it's watercolor paper, which I am not so in love with. So this is my little review of what I am using now. Today you will see that I will use a lot of water, but first I'm trying to create some texture on my book to make it more interesting. This is a little bit tissue paper. It's plain tissue paper, you can find it anywhere. And I'm just wrinkling it and sticking it on my book just to have a little bit texture. And I'm sticking it with matte medium. I'm using Liquitex matte medium here. And after I finish this, to add more texture, I'm going to use some texture paste, again from Liquitex. So far my favorite texture paste, modeling paste, is Liquitex. It's really fluffy and it's hard, and it's you can have a little bit raised texture, which I like. I'm using a stencil that I cut with my digital cutter. I use a Silhouette digital cutter to cut some stencils, and I use in many art journals. Hopefully one day I am going to make a video of how I am doing it, because I get a lot of questions. So stay tuned, I am planning it soon. Again, which stencil is not important, because all I am doing is to create some texture. Whatever you have is the same. I'm going to use infusions today. These are powder pigments. You can use them with water or matte medium, doesn't matter. I'm going to spray some water, and you will find the colors I'm using down below, so don't worry. As you can see, my distress sprayer is not working properly. Something happened, so it's spraying in a weird angle and not fully. Probably I need to have another sprayer. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to just use water and my brush to spread this, to activate this pigment. I love powder pigments. They are a little bit messy to deal with, but the colors are amazing, and you can use it with matte medium if you don't want the messiness of using them with water. And I will link a couple of videos down below for you to see how I use them with matte medium, and it's much more easier, I think. And you can seal the color directly when you use it with matte medium. I'm going for some dark bluish tones. So the first one probably I used was Violet Storms, so it's very dark purplish blue. Now I'm using royal blue, which is more of a blue, night blue, let's say. And I keep spraying a little bit, as much as I can, with my broken sprayer, and I'm using my brush. I will cover all this page, and the color in the middle will be the lightest. And afterwards I will leave it to dry, or use my heat gun to dry it faster. Just to mention, before I did this process, I left it to dry because there was modeling paste, so not to ruin it, you need to leave it to dry a little bit. I'm going more for an abstract look this time, so I'm going to just stamp this beautiful flower stamp from Penny Black. I'm using my ink pad from Dina Wakley, it's Night. I have this big ink pad that has 4 colors from her. I must say it's very hard to use. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought it. Probably price was a consideration. It must be cheaper than buying the 4 colors. But honestly, you cannot turn it down and actually ink the stamp. So I don't find it very user friendly. I am not so crazy about the perfect stamping, just good enough would be okay. And as I said, I'm going for a more abstract feeling, so less perfect is better actually. And again, I'm using other watercolors. This is from Jane Davenport. It's the bright colors, and you can see the colors here. They are really bright. I'm just watering it down a little bit. I'm using the bright pink. I'm going for a real contrast. The navy blues here at the background as background color, and very bright pink on my flowers. So the flowers will stand out a lot. I'm using my Pentel waterbrush to use my watercolors. I'm really happy with it. You feel the water inside and you squeeze it whenever you want. I'm just making the centers a little bit more pink and then diluting the color as I reach to the tip of the petals. Since the flowers are pink, I found this in my stash by coincidence. It's from 13 Arts and it is a pinkish blue powder pigment. So just to make use of what I have, it's a good opportunity. I'm going to put the powder on this paper and actually take a little bit and put it around my pages where I see it can be nice to have a little bit of pink. So it's hard to see, but it's really shiny. It's a mica powder, I think. It has shine in it, sparkles in it. So it's shining and it's giving a little bit pinkish blue color, which goes with the overall feeling and color of the page. So I'm really happy with it, and when I finish I will show you the colors. I will catch the light so you can see it clearly. Here I will try to catch the light for you to see the shine. I hope you can see it. I really like it. It makes a difference, makes it more interesting for sure. Now to have a little bit more contrast, I'm taking my gesso and I will put gesso in the middle of the page, going through the edges with my hand. This is just to clear the middle a little bit, to make it look a little bit more tidy. And also it highlights the shape of the modeling paste, the stencil, as you see when I go through the edges, and it definitely brings it to the front. It makes sure you understand there is something, a shape there. So I like it when the middle of the page is white and there is a totally different color on the edges. And I'm not scared to touch on the flowers because as I said, I like the abstractness of it. And as you saw, I didn't color the leaves because I want to leave them like that, plain. And I will put some dots in the middle of the flowers. And you will see that I will use some embellishments for the middle of the flowers. To make sure the page has unity, I'm just flickering some pink color that I used in my watercolor all over the page. And I will use some, I will do the same with white as well. I'm using my gesso that is left on my table to do some splashes. For the sentiment, I'm using Tim Holtz little chat sticker set. I put a long one here which is black, but you will see later I will change it to a shorter one because I thought this was too long here. I need a shorter sticker. I'm using these transparent droplets. Again, I found on my stash and I don't know where I got it. Just to show you, I sticked it on in the middle of my flowers. As you remember, I made them white because they are transparent. Now it makes it more interesting, you know, when you turn the page, not everything is flat. There are some droplets which create some interest. And as you see, I changed my sentiment to choose to shine, something a little bit shorter. And I really love the page, the shine on it, and a little bit abstract feeling. I hope you enjoyed it too. Please don't forget to give me thumbs up down below or subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you like my videos, that's how I know and continue doing them. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time.